Hey everybody, welcome back to the Scentaur Fragrance channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today. Of course, my name is Benjamin, and y'all know that I review fragrances, colognes, perfumes, and all things scent related. I love to help y'all find new fragrances, save some money, have some fun. And today, let's just jump into this haul. Let's introduce these fragrances real quick. Some quick shout outs. Swift Scents, thank you so much for your generosity. I did a trade with them, and they were really generous and nice with me. Sent a lot of these things my way, a lot of these samples. Another one is I did a trade with Israel Gonzalez. He's another great fragrance reviewer. Check him out. He does great work, too. One of the things I traded for, and again, I speak English. I try to speak these brands. It's written in cursive. I think it's Linyoko. It's definitely Japanese inspired. I got 4 fragrances here, and I'm gonna, of course, do reviews of these for y'all in the future. Introduce the brands, all those kinds of things. They have Migration de l'Arbi, Duo des Fleurs, Madame Butterfly. I think that's I, and of course the Lazarine. So. Interesting fragrances, very kind of different in their creation, and I'm going to be happy to be able to introduce that brand to you in the future. Another sample I got was Ormond Jane Zizon. Now, if you haven't checked out Ormond Jane, they're another great brand, another great house, just like Creed and any of the others. You know, there's a lot of brands like Florist, Penhaligon's, and other they're big brands, but you might have not have tried them before. This brand does a really good job. This is a really good classic citrus scent. Classic through and through. Does a good job. Has a really nice, I'm going to spray it here and smell it again with y'all. A really nice invigorating character to it. It has, the bay really comes through in a nice way. So if you like classic, almost aromatic citrus fragrances, again, a little bit of that almost spicy vibe to it, you might really like this fragrance. Quite a nice one if you want to check that one out. So the next one is Thawmine Amber Room. Now this fragrance is quite interesting as well. I hadn't tried this brand before. Again, here, this is what's called Thawmine. And guys, this brand is something different. I got to get my nose and my head wrapped around this one. I'll spray this one here too for y'all. It's like an amber, but it has a very distinct smooth sweetness, almost like a leathery sweetness. It makes you think of like a conference room. If you've ever been in a room where high-profile people might meet with a bunch of, you know, really high-quality, maybe leather chairs around one big table. Imagine maybe like a round table. A really interesting fragrance, quite subtle, interesting, very wearable. I've never tried this brand, and they definitely have a character of their own going on. So Thawmine is another brand to check out. And again, there's so many niche brands, there's so much indie, there's so many fragrances out there, and I'm going to try to keep up with them and share as much as I can with y'all. I care about designer fragrances and saving y'all money, but sometimes I got to bring these fragrances out for y'all. Another one is McQueen. This one's Alexander McQueen. And I think this is their just regular Pour Femme. This is their Parfum. This one is quite feminine. It's nice. It's a classic women's fragrance. It does have a little bit of that more purple vibe. A little bit more of that alluring, maybe seductive nature. But it's still a classic, almost fruity floral fragrance. But again, it has a little bit more maturity to it. It's quite nice. It reminds me, I think it's called First Glance or First Look by Habibi. So, interesting fragrance. I'm sure they have some similar notes to them. And it's not bad, but it's not the most exciting of the bunch. But nice fragrance. You know, that Love Potion #1 I shared with y'all in one of my earlier hauls really blew me away. So I'm going to just talk about these name brand things, and then we're going to jump into, you know, health and scent. Very generous with me, sent me some things my way, and I'm very happy, especially with my documentary series, sharing with y'all natural ingredients. Oh my goodness, this is unbelievable. And if you like incense, my channel's going to be talking about incense and beautiful things out there. Again, Swift Scents was generous with me with this trade, and they sent me Danger Parfum Cologne. The new one of the brand new fragrances from Roja. Now, I have a lot to share with y'all and a lot to say. about this brand when I review this brand. You know, in the future. Let's spray some here. But I don't know. I can't say too much now, but this brand is, at least from what I've tried, maybe I'm not the biggest Roja fan, personally, for the money. And here's some of the Creation E, the famous Enigma, and this is the Cologne version, version of Enigma, Creation E, the ever famous. People seem to really rant and rave. There seems to be a following behind it. Y'all see my review coming in the future, but I just want to put it lightly that I haven't been converted. Jubilation's still the king for me. Jubilation 25 by Amouage. So let's talk about another one, and I think that's all. And then we'll jump into this brand and just showcase, you know, this haul a little bit more. The next one is Initio Side Effect. Have y'all heard about Initio? I think y'all have. I'm crazy about Rehab. But Side Effect is a great fragrance too. Let me sample this one. I'm just going to fill my arm up with fragrances for y'all. This is the fun of it. Side Effect is a really interesting, it's almost like a boozy, musky fragrance to my nose. It's quite nice. It has some sweetness. There's a little bit of amber. A little bit, maybe a tiny bit of a caramel nuances. But it's light and it's still fresh. To me, Side Effect almost is like a musky, distant cousin to Byron's The Chronic. Maybe that's just me and my nose. Side Effect is nice, though. For me, Rehab is the one that won my heart through and through. It's a great fragrance. Let's talk about this brand. Let's talk about health and scent. This brand is very good for the money. If you're looking for incense, they're some of the best prices on incense I've ever found, and they were generous with me. I'm sure they want to get their name out there, and they want your business, and I understand completely. This one here, they sent this my way. This is their luxury bottle. This thing feels heavy, it looks quality, and it is quality. And this stuff, for oud heads, for oud lovers, this stuff is a mix. This isn't pure oud 100%. This is like when they mix oud with resins and they make it more wearable. That's why there's one reason they're so affordable. Even in this luxury bottle, this Attar bottle, you can get this under 20 bucks. So this is a beautiful fragrance, though. This one is very complex, very smooth, very well done. It has a tiny bit of like root beer, you know, almost like earthy qualities to it. It's very well done, though. I quite like this fragrance. They were so generous with me. That's a gorgeous fragrance. And I didn't even know that they were going to send this one. They told me that this was their amber fragrance. And if this is amber, this stuff's gorgeous. It does have a tiny amount of animalic touch. The Fair Ridge actually really doesn't have any. It's more of a balsamic scent. This one is more of like a dark, earthy scent that's balsamic. This one is like a beautiful amber scent. It's full-bodied. It's very well done. One of the best ambers. The best amber for the money I think I've ever tried. And it's a little bit animalic. So happy to have it in my collection. It has a little bit of that amber sweetness. Trust me, I'm not hyping up this brand. I think that those two Attars that I tried were amazing for the money. Amazing value. I'm going to showcase their incense, which I think are amazing values. A very exotic incense. Y'all are going to hear some stuff that you've never heard before. But I'm going to talk about their fragrances, some of their samples they sent me. And I'm not the biggest fan of those. So trust me, I'm not hyping up anybody, but they were generous with me. One of them, and I have to share with y'all, all of these come from exotic places. This one is Black Sakra from Oman. Yes, from all across the world. This one, it's gorgeous, and I got to test some more of these and share these with you in the near future. Black Sakra is gorgeous. It smells exotic, and I got to tell y'all more about the smells of incense in the future. But if you're looking for exotic resins for a good price, you know, this is one of the best brands that I've ever come across. And then there's Soul Niche. Again, I'll link these people down below. They've got my business. They've got my heart. Black Sakra is interesting. It almost has tiny powdery nuances to it. Another one is the Karteri from Somalia, I believe that is. Interesting stuff. All of these, I think, are kind of forms of frankincense from different trees from around the world, except for one of them. I don't think it's frankincense at all. But this one is fragrant, and I mean, of course, it's fragrant. It's just a gorgeous scent. I'm gonna have to burn these and tell y'all more about them in the near future with my review. Another one is Negletta from Ethiopia. This one has a blue purple look to it. This one has a really distinct, unique smell that I have never smelled before. Very interesting, very hard resin. It has a blue purple stone-like look to it. Never have seen anything like that before. They did send me a tiny bit of green hojari from Oman. This is the green frankincense, the real desirable stuff, the stuff that's considered the gold standard to a lot of people in the Middle East. Green hojari, for a lot of people in the world, is the way to go. It's the golden standard for a lot of people. So green hojari, you know, frankincense, a real deal, beautiful stuff. Let's talk about another one. This one is Free Rina from Somaliland. This one has a little bit more of like a musk, almost citrusy quality to it. Kind of a little bit musky as well. Free Rina is really nice stuff. You got to check this out if you've never tried this brand out. If you're looking for incense, if you're in the world of incense, and they were telling me how some people even use these for medicine. So there's all kinds of purposes for these kinds of things. Let's talk about some of their fragrances real quick. Of course, this is first impressions. This is me just introducing the brand to you. Let's talk about these real quick. The first one is Hasul. I think that's how you say it. One of the things for me is all of these have quite a animalic smell to them. All of these do have a little bit of an animalic quality. I already used up all this arm. Let's use the other one. I already sprayed these. Okay, they're kind of sticking. This one has an interesting, sharp, fruity, potpourri-like smell to it. Really interesting fragrance. It doesn't smell the most natural off the top. Honestly, I sneaked a smell of these, but I want to share my first impressions with you again of these. I wasn't the biggest fan of their spray colognes. I'll just be honest. The next one is called Mood by Erige. Again, the brand is called Health and Scent, but the perfume is from Erige Perfumes. And you can find them on Instagram, and I think perhaps through Etsy as well. I'll provide links for y'all. Mood is like a classic, soft, spicy fragrance. It has an interesting, almost chili-like spice to it. And then it has that really interesting smoothness. The spice in this fragrance isn't for me. This is not the kind of spice I like in a fragrance. But interesting fragrance nonetheless. Interesting for sure. The next one is called Intense by Erige. Let me spray some more of this one too. This one probably smells the best, I think, out of the bunch so far. If I remember correctly. It smells more of a classic manly aromatic. A little bit of citrus, animalic, musky. These are not mass appealing, easygoing fragrances for the Western person. These do have their own character about them for sure. Let's spray the last one here. This one's called Emirat. Let me get another spray. That one too, it has some sharpness to it. Kind of aromatic, kind of spicy, but there is a little bit of this sweetness. Maybe it's a little bit of floral, that it has this texture to it. And these fragrances, I don't know what's in them, but they do have a little bit of that quality where it does almost want to tingle or burn your nostrils a little bit. And it's not just because of the alcohol. There's something about them. I don't know if I would highly recommend their colognes. But as far as the Health and Scent goes, and as far as the attar goes, these attars are great. But if you're a big oud head, a big luxury oud head, who wants 100% authentic, 100% pure oils, this stuff is mixed. This is definitely a mixed medium. Again, I'm just going to close this haul video. Thank y'all so much for being here today. I have a lot of things to share with y'all, a lot of fragrances in the future, to share with y'all. Sometimes I have a hard time knowing what to review next. So in the comment section below, let me know, what should I review next? What should I talk about? What are you interested in? What are you looking forward to hearing about? And let me know, because there are a lot of fragrances out there, and I have a lot of fragrances to share, and I want to give y'all the best content and give y'all what y'all want to see. So thank y'all so much for being here. I'll see y'all next time. This has been the Centaur Fragrance Channel. Wear what you love, and thank y'all so much for stopping by again. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are fragrance enthusiasts just like me, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one, my friends, and bye.